What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. The topic of the day is secondhand smoking. It is my belief that being subjected to secondhand smoke should be considered assault. Now, we can take the severity of the charge all the way to attempted murder or assault with a deadly weapon. There's multiple criteria. Maybe you, members of our community, have some experience in the legal world. But from a health perspective, I stand on the notion that me being forced to inhale cigarette smoke against my will is akin to being assaulted, to being punched in the face, to being stabbed with a syringe, to being hit with a baseball bat, to being forced to drink poison. Why is it different? Change my mind to pull a pocket Steven Crowder on you. Why is it different? Now, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention on their website has a list of secondhand smoke facts. Well, let's talk about the facts. Fact: secondhand smoke harms children and adults. The only way to fully protect non-smokers is to eliminate smoking. Okay. What does that say? Well, what is secondhand smoke? Secondhand smoke is smoke from burning tobacco products such as cigarettes, cigars, or pipes. Secondhand smoke is also smoke that has been exhaled or breathed out by the person smoking. Tobacco smoke contains more than 7,000 chemicals, including hundreds that are toxic and about 70 that can cause cancer. There is no risk-free level of secondhand smoke exposure. Even brief exposure can be harmful to health. Since 1964, approximately 2.5 million non-smokers have died from health problems caused by exposure to secondhand smoke. Well, that sounds like assault with a deadly weapon to me, right? 2.5 million people have died due to exposure from secondhand smoke, likely against their will. The health effects in children. In children, secondhand smoke causes the following: ear infections, more frequent and severe asthma attacks, respiratory symptoms, for example, coughing, sneezing, and shortness of breath, respiratory infections, bronchitis, and pneumonia, a greater risk for sudden infant death syndrome. Health effects in adults. In adults who have never smoked, secondhand smoke can cause heart disease. For non-smokers, breathing secondhand smoke has immediate harmful effects on the heart and blood vessel. Again, breathing secondhand smoke has immediate harmful effects on the heart and blood vessels. This is coming from the CDC, ladies and gentlemen. It is estimated that secondhand smoke caused nearly 34,000 heart disease deaths each year during 2005 and 2009 among adult non-smokers in the United States. Can you fucking believe that? As a result of secondhand smoke in non-smokers, lung cancer. Secondhand smoke exposure caused more than 7,300 lung cancer deaths each year during 2005 through 2009 among non-smoking adults in the United States. Also, health effects shows stroke. Smoke-free laws can reduce the risk for heart disease and lung cancer among non-smokers. Isn't that insane? Isn't that fucking insane? Now, patterns of secondhand smoke exposure. Exposure to secondhand smoke can be measured by testing saliva, urine, or blood to see if it contains cotinine. Cotinine is created when the body breaks down the nicotine found in tobacco smoke. During 1988 to 91, almost 90 of every 100 non-smokers had levels of cotinine. During 2011 to 2012, more recent, 25 out of 100 non-smokers had measurable levels of cotinine. What does that mean? That means 1 in every 4 American non-smokers, 1 in 4 non-smoking Americans still had measurable levels of cotinine. Can you believe that? Can you believe if you're a family of 4, one of you have been attacked against your will by the deadly secondhand smoke pollutants? Many people in the United States are still exposed to secondhand smoke. During 2011 and 2012, about 58 million non-smokers in the United States were exposed to secondhand smoke. 58 million! 58 million! Imagine if 58 million Americans were exposed to gun violence. Imagine what the outcry would be. Now, remember, 2.5 million people have died directly as a result of secondhand smoke since the 1960s. That's what, over 50 years? 60s, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2015, let's say 50 or so years. Let's take a look at this real quick as I'm on the phone. What's the average here? 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, divided by, and we have 50,000. 50,000 averaged out 50,000. 50,000 Americans per year have died as a direct result of secondhand smoke. Non-smoking Americans, 50,000 non-smoking Americans have died as a direct result of secondhand smoke. Is that not assault? Is that not assault? What do you think? This is coming from the CDC. This is not my opinion. These are all facts. Of course, I'm overlaying my opinion that secondhand smoke should be prosecuted the same as assault should be. There should be some sort of law or stipulation. Now, I'm not saying if people want to smoke, I'm more libertarian on this. If you want to smoke, I'm not going to stop you from smoking, but you should not be able to smoke around non-smokers at all. You go to a fucking Whole Foods store, you get these scumbags standing 3 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet from the front fucking door smoking their cigarette. You go in and out of the airport, you get these scumbags standing just outside the door at the airport smoking their fucking dirty cigarettes that the rest of us non-smokers have to breathe and are subjected to assault. We're assaulted every time we pass one of these motherfuckers. Every time you smell the faintest twinge of cigarette smoke in the air, you've been assaulted. You will test positive for cotinine. You've been infected. 50,000 Americans per year have died. 50,000 non-smoking Americans per year, I must clarify, have died due to exposure to secondhand smoke. What does this have to say? What do you guys think? Isn't this insane? Isn't this absolutely insane? And go to the cdc.gov. Look at the facts for yourself. There's a slew of references here that talk about all the issue. The health consequences of smoking, 50 years of progress, or a report from the Surgeon General. A report of the Surgeon General, how tobacco smoke causes disease. Exposure to tobacco smoke. Local smoke-free law coverage. There's just this secondhand smoke and exposure on cardiovascular effects as a result of secondhand smoke exposure. Report on carcinogens. Non-smokers' exposure to secondhand smoke. Vital signs. Disparities in non-smokers' exposure to secondhand smoke. Tobacco smoke exposure in children who live in multi-unit housing. And that's another thing to consider, ladies and gentlemen, that CDC outlines. Secondhand smoke can infiltrate into other units through hallways and stairwells when you live in a multi-unit dwelling. Apartment buildings. If you live in high-rise, beautiful. You could live in a multi-million-dollar high-rise apartment building, and guess what? You are likely exposed. Even if you don't smell it, you're still exposed. There's over 7,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke, 70 of which are known carcinogens, known cancer-causing agents. Are you comfortable with that? What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? Do you feel betrayed? Do you feel taken advantage of? Do you feel like you're at risk every time you walk down a city street? When you see that fucking scumbag standing outside the fucking store sucking on their fucking death stick? What is the difference of that person standing there or that person standing with a fucking a poison-tipped knife? That's just every time you walk in, they stab you, they stab you, they stab you, they stab you, they stab you. Every fucking time you walk by, they stab you with that little poison-tipped knife because we know brief exposure can be harmful to health, as the CDC says. There is no risk-free level of secondhand smoke exposure. Quote, isn't this insane? Isn't this fucking ludicrous? Isn't this absolutely fucking nuts that it's even allowed, that it's culturally acceptable? It's fucking insane. It makes me sick. I just want to rage and scream at these fucking dirty scumbags. Especially if I'm with my kids. Ooh, you fucking dirty motherfuckers. And they look at us like we're the fucking in the wrong. Like we're violating their fucking rights because they're standing 3 fucking feet from a Whole Foods. And Whole Foods, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna single you out. Whole Foods by far is one of the places I've experienced this most, which you would think is counterintuitive because healthy people shop at Whole Foods. That's not true. Pretentious people shop at Whole Foods. Well, Dolce, you're pretentious. I might be. But me being pretentious is not me being fucking destructive to my own health or other people's health. When you go to public spaces, when you're in public places, you will see these fucking dirtbag, scumbag, fucking lowest common denominator on this planet, regardless of socioeconomic status. If these fucking dirtbags pull a cigarette out in a public place, fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking scumbag, dirtbag piece of shit. I'm sorry to say. And some of you smoke cigarettes. I'm sorry. I still love you at your core, but shame on you. Shame on you. I don't want to smoke your fucking cigarettes. I don't want to be exposed to secondhand smoke. I don't want my fucking family to be exposed to secondhand smoke. Fuck you. It's the same reason I don't spit in your fucking face. That's considered assault. Did you know that? It's considered assault. If I spit in your face, that's assault. If I breathe fucking cigarette smoke in your face, that's not? How is that? You would be so lucky as to get my genetically superior, non-GMO, fucking healthy saliva on your body. You should be so lucky. That's gross. That's disgusting. But still, to inhale your fucking exhale, disgusting cigarette smoke, fuck you, motherfucker. If you know someone who smokes around you and you don't say anything, shame on you. You should shame them. I had a friend, a close friend, and I won't name their name because they've since stopped, that smoked cigarettes. And I fucking shamed them to the point that we didn't talk for quite a long period of time because every time I wouldn't say anything. We'd be having a great time, fun time. As soon as they went to smoke, I would fucking ridicule them. Ridicule them the whole fucking time until they were far enough away from me that they couldn't hear my voice anymore. And my thought was, if they can't hear my voice anymore, then I'm likely now safe from their secondhand smoke. If you don't want to be exposed to the mean, nasty, fucking derogatory things I was saying about your activities, well, then you're going to be far enough away that I'm not exposed to the fucking poisonous, disgusting, destructive behavior that you're enacting upon me. And that's basically what I would fucking say. I was just nasty. Whatever I could say to be fucking mean and make them second guess their fucking decisions in life. How dare you? I'd use words, simple words. It's crazy that words are prosecuted these days. But secondhand smoke is not. Secondhand smoke is directly related to death. Averaged out 50,000 deaths per year of non-smokers as a result of the inhalation of secondhand cigarette smoke. How does that work? How's that work? Does that seem fair? Are you pissed off right now? If you're not pissed off right now, you probably shouldn't listen to me anymore because we're not in alignment. Even if you do fucking smoke, you should be nodding your head like, yeah, dude, that is pretty fucked up what I do. That is pretty fucked up. I'm lazy. I'm selfish. I have this disgusting, destructive, deadly fucking addiction, and I need help. I'm going to seek help. I'm going to get off this shit. I'm going to switch to the gum. I'm going to switch to the patch. I'm going to talk to my doctor and switch to whatever I have to, but I am not going to assault my fellow man any longer. I am not going to subject the people that I love and care about to this deadly toxic chemical. I'm not going to do that anymore. How dare I? I can't believe I've done this for so long. Dolce, I'm so sorry. I just did not know. I didn't know until your podcast. Let's hope, right? Now, how do you feel? Send an email to mailbag at thedolcediet.com. I want to hear what you think about this very topic. Change my mind. If you're a cigarette smoker, change my mind, please. I will read it on the next show. You can tell me whether or not I will include your name or not include your name, or you can put a fake name. I will not betray your trust or confidence. I've never, ever, ever, ever done that. And Lord knows I could do that so often, so many times, but I would never, ever do that. But I want to hear your point. And if you agree with me, well, shit, get on board, because I want to hear that stuff too. I want to hear if you agree with what I'm saying on this very topic. Is secondhand cigarette smoke, should that be illegal? Should that not be allowed? Should that not be allowed? Is that assault? Is that equal to assault? If not, why not? Explain to me. Explain to me how that's not assault. Explain to me how, if words are now considered assault, if words are now prohibited from being used, how can secondhand cigarette smoke be protected? Even if, quote, you're not allowed to smoke inside public places, well, what about standing 3 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet? If the wind's blowing my fucking way and you're 20 feet away, motherfucker, we're getting bathed in your fucking disgusting, synthetic, poisonous, toxic fucking chemicals. It doesn't fucking matter. I mean, if you're a half a mile upwind of us, we're still fucking inhaling your disgusting cancer sticks, your death sticks. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's bullshit. There should be penalties. You should be dissuaded. They have fucking soda tax. They have soda tax. Right? Fucking soda to dissuade people from drinking extra soda. Ha! But cigarettes, they tax cigarettes. No bullshit. That's just the way they can fucking make more money. That has nothing to do with dissuading you. Nothing to do with dissuading you. It's just about cha-cha-cha-cha-ching cash. Cash, baby. So anyway, I'm fucking pissed. I'm lit. I'm lit, pardon the pun, on my cigarette topic. I'm fucking lit. I'm pissed off about this. And there's so much more information. There's just go to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, cdc.gov/tobacco, cdc.gov/tobacco, and do your own research. If you smoke, you need help. You need help. Uncle Mike loves you. You need help, though. You need help. You have a destructive, dangerous addiction to which you need help. You need to stop. You must stop. I've been friends with many people who had a long history of smoking cigarettes, and then one day they finally stopped. Sometimes it was with my support and help. Sometimes it was completely on their own, with me just cheering from the sideline. I will cheer for you. I will do whatever I can to help you, inspire you, motivate you, educate you to stop because we care about you. Stop. Please, please stop hurting yourself, number one. And number two, stop hurting the people around you. If you live in a fucking house with a family and you're smoking cigarettes, shame on you. Shame on you. And I know you're pissed right now listening to me, but don't stop this podcast. I know you're fucking mad at me right now, but you need to hear it, and you know I'm right. Shame on you, because you feel that guilt every time you light up, and you feel powerless to the being compelled. You're compelled. The power of Christ compels you. That's from The Exorcist. I'm not being religious here. But you're compelled to smoke, and you create these bullshit excuses as to why you can get away with it. You can sneak it. You can blow it out the window. You can just tuck outside the door. You can run out onto the fire escape. You can go and sit in your car. Whatever the fuck you think you're doing to be sneaky, you're not. You're not. You're being deceptive. You're being dishonest. You're being disloyal. You're actually hurting the people. You're killing the people around you. And I don't say that with jest. I don't say that trying to be a funny man. I say that because it's fucking true and it's sad. And Lord knows the people and the families who come through our business, who come through here for help, consulting, you wouldn't be shocked at how many have a history of smoking or a family history of smoking or live in a household of people who smoke. And the data clearly supports that. These are lifestyle-related choices, and I talk about that all the time. Lifestyle-related choices are the killer in the United States. 2 out of 3 deaths are a result of lifestyle-related illness. Lifestyle-related illness. Those are the choices that you make in your day, in your life. That's not having a genetic disease or disorder. That's not getting hit by a bus or having a piano fall on your head. That has nothing to do with it. That's the decisions that you make every day, week, month, year, until they pile up to the point that they kill you. A terrible, horrible, disgusting fucking death well before your time, in which you become a burden on the people around you. Your quality of life dramatically diminishes. I was at the restaurant yesterday with my daughter after gymnastics class, and I took her out for a cute little congratulatory breakfast because she wanted pancakes and berries. And of course, we took her to her favorite spot because she earned it and she deserved it, going out there and being such a good girl and listening to her coaches and having fun with her friends and doing her best and smiling the whole time. She had such a good time. And we go and sit in the restaurant, and there's a couple there, probably in their late 60s, early 70s. And there's a gentleman sitting facing me a few booths away. His wife has his back to me, and the gentleman has the oxygen tank next to him. Well, I didn't sit down and have a conversation with him, but statistically speaking, probably a cigarette smoker. Not definitely. But if we line them up, and I know enough of them, I have some of those who are in my family or were in my family, they're no longer here. It was directly related to cigarette smoking. And guess what? Now the wife becomes the caretaker. You think she wants to deal with that? You think she wants to have to see her loved one of 20, 40, 60 years go through that, disappear in front of her? Do you think that's fair to her because of the shitty fucking selfish decisions you make in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s that finally catch up and bite you in the fucking ass and ruin your 60s and maybe you squeak into your 70s? You leaving her alone on the fucking planet for another 10, 15 years after you're gone, remembering the 10 years of her fucking having to cart you around and take care of you? Now, I say this to elicit an emotional response, to piss you off a little bit, because everyone listening right now, you know someone who's gone through that. whether it's in your family, whether it's a coworker, whether it's someone in your sphere of influence. You know someone who's gone through that. You know someone who's currently dealing with that. And you need to put your arms around those people and give them love and give them support and give them hope, give them positive energy, because that is huge. But what you really need to also do is educate them to stop hurting themselves. Rule number 1. Every time I talk, you guys hear me say, rule number 1 is what? Do no harm. Do no harm. Stop hurting ourselves. Stop poisoning ourselves. Stop destroying ourselves. Stop the fucking bleeding. Stop the leaking. Stop the boat from filling up with fucking water. Stop paddling and fucking plug up the holes, motherfucker. Stop staring at the sunset and the beautiful shore, the direction where you're going, where you're coming from, and plug the fucking holes in the boat. You're sinking, which leads to drowning, which ends up in dying, a terrible death. That's not fun for anyone. Morbid. Yikes, Dolce. I thought you were just going to joke around and have some fun and talk about some fights and some fucking quinoa today. Oh, no. Oh, no, motherfuckers. No, people, it pisses me off, man. It pisses me off. I was walking through town. I love to walk through town. I love to walk. I love to walk, to walk, to walk. That's my singing. I love to walk. I walk wherever I can, as far as I can, as much as I can. I want to walk. When I drive, I try and park as far away from the destination as I have to be because I love to fucking walk. I love lamp and I love to walk. I love to walk. And I was walking today and I smelt a little fucking twinge of cigarette smoke and I could not find the motherfucker or fatherfucker who was doing it. And ooh, I would have given them the look. I would have given them the look. I wouldn't have said anything because God fucking knows I'd be the one who gets brought up on fucking charges for saying, hey, that's fucking gross. It's fucking dirty. You're fucking nasty. What's wrong with you? I would have probably gotten in trouble for that. They wouldn't get in trouble for their fucking cancer sticks yet. That's why I think it should be considered an assault charge. I think there should be a penalty. I think there should be legal repercussions. I don't think people should be able to walk around and smoke cigarettes in public at all. Not on the street. It shouldn't be allowed anywhere. Within 100 yards of another human being, they should not be allowed to smoke. How about that? How about that? And not on a public beach, not in a state or government-owned property. Nope. Privately owned area, okay. 100 yards, half mile. How about that? I love that. Well, let's start with 100 yards. 100-yard circumference. How about that? Cash me on an island. How about that? There should be an island for cigarette smokers or just big glass boxes, airtight boxes, where they go and they smoke and they have to walk through an airlock that all the fucking nasty chemical fucking carcinogen cancer-causing agents are sucked in. But where are they pumped to? It's funny, all these fucking climate change fucking advocates, these global warming, whatever, environmentalists, and I'm very pro-environment if you see my lifestyle and the amount of money we fucking spend to take care of our environment, of course. But all these motherfuckers, you're talking about cars. You're talking about airplanes. Okay, keep that on the list. You motherfuckers aren't talking about cigarette smokers? For real? Why not? Oh, because you smoke cigarettes. Oh, okay. Yeah, you smoke cigarettes, you fucking hypocrites. Why is that not on the table? Oh, the tobacco lobby. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. The tobacco, that makes sense. That's a lot of money. Oh, okay. Not different than turning on your TV and seeing all the pharmacy commercials, the big pharma commercials, not pharmacy, but the pharmaceutical commercials. That's a whole nother podcast, whole nother conversation. But right now it's a secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke should be considered assault. Change my mind. That's what I'm tipping out there to you guys. Should secondhand smoke be legally considered assault? Yes, in my opinion, it should. What do you think? Mailbag at thedolcediet.com. Tell me what you think. I don't care. Agree with me or don't agree with me. I am fine with either, and I will read them. I will read them. Tell me, so just sign it the way you want to sign it. Sign it the way you want me to read it. Or say, dude, don't mention my name. And I will never, ever. With your direction, I will not say anything. I will not expose you if you're a cigarette smoker and you don't want your boss or wife or whatever to know. I don't care. That's not my business. That's your business. But what's your point? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? If so, tell me why. You don't have to be super smart or eloquent, though that helps. You don't have to be super fucking, funny and witty, though that helps. But you need to be honest and straightforward and at least make me ponder, change my mind, truly. Not to beat the whole Crowder thing into, the dirt here, but that's pretty fucking funny. Change my mind. I think it's fucking a disgusting, nasty, destructive habit where the science clearly shows. Again, I pulled that science directly off the CDC website. cdc.gov/tobacco, directly off their fucking website. 50,000 non-smoking Americans have died every single year, average out since the 1960s. How do you argue with that? If that was anything else, if that was guns, gone, done. If that were knives, gone, done. If that were arrows or blow darts or anything else. Outside of pharmaceuticals, right? Because we have the opioid crisis, which killed 60,000 some odd people last year. But there's a lot of money in that. A lot of money in that, Dolce. Simmer down there, Dolce. That's a whole nother conversation. Right now, we're talking with the age-old Marlboro man, the tried and true Joe Camel. Tried and true. American spirits, tried and true. Cigarette smokers. And some of you guys, I know some of you, right? We have we're blessed to have such a large audience. And I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And I know some of you personally, and we're good friends. I have good friends, let's say. We have close relationships to some of you. And some of you fucking smoke cigarettes. And I know that you do, and you know that I do. And some of you don't know that I know you know. Don't know that I know that you do. Or you don't know that I know that you do. But I know you do. And some of you know that I know you do. Either way, I'm talking to you. It's gross. It's not fair. It's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting. Shame on you. How dare you? What's wrong with you? What the fuck are you doing? That's gross. You should get in trouble. It should not be legal. Why can't I just spit in your face? Why can't I? Why can't I just go and spit in the face of cigarette smokers? If I inhale their smoke, why can't I just spit in their face? I could ask them to open their mouth so I can spit into their mouth. But I'm a healthy dude. What are they going to get from that? They're not really going to get anything. Some might actually enjoy it. Just the way things are today. Who knows? Some people might want to pay me to do that. But I'm not going to. I don't want that kind of money, guys and gals. What I want for people to be healthy. I want people to live long. I want people to optimize their lives. I want people to start making better decisions. I want to see groups and communities really rally around each other and push each other forward. But we got to be careful because we have those out there, those who are trying to poison us, those who are trying to kill us, those who are trying to really put their own selfish agendas ahead of what's best for the group, for the community, and cigarette smokers. I'm sorry. We love you. We don't want to see you get sick and die early, but we damn fucking well don't want you to drag us down with you. The non-smokers of the fucking planet, we outnumber you. We do outnumber you. It should not be allowed. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to smoke cigarettes. That's not my fucking job. If it were my job, well then shit, I would probably be saying, hey, let's not do that. Fuck, how long was weed illegal, right? But cigarettes were legal? That's a whole nother conversation. But still, cigarette smoking. Yikes, gross, nasty. Anyway, mailbag at the Dolce Diet, guys and gals. I would definitely, absolutely love to hear. I would love to hear. Thank you for the letters that have already come into mailbag at thedolcediet.com. This topic, and I will read it on the very next episode of the Mike Dolce Show podcast, which will be out soon, actually. We're going to keep pumping these out. We push these out, is it Monday or Tuesday and Thursday and Friday right now, but we usually do 3 or so per week. Our last one was with head strength coach at American Top Team, top MMA strength coach Phil DeRue. It was a great podcast, great episode, great feedback. Also, check out our YouTube channel. We're always dropping new videos on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram at The Dolce Diet. At The Dolce Diet on Instagram. We have a live Instagram Q&A every single day. It is every single day since the beginning of the year, since January 1st. What are we up to, 93 or 94 now? Something like that. Every single day I come on live and answer your questions, which is fucking cool. It's time invasive for me, as you can imagine, but that's awesome. I love it. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you as much as I can, and part of helping you is letting you know that cigarette smoking is fucking disgusting, and we should let them know in a peaceful manner. I'm definitely not calling for anything other than peaceful conversation. I think it's weird that I even have to say that nowadays, but you never know how people try and conflate your words. So peaceful dialogue is the only dialogue that matters, that works. So let's continue the conversation, and we will keep talking about it and expressing all sides. Mailbag at thedolcediet.com so I can hear what you have to say. Guys and gals, remember, don't count calories, make calories count. Boom!